This is a Pique Macho. It's basically a mountain of beef, sausage, fries, and boiled eggs. And it is one portion. Welcome to Cochabamba, Bolivia's food capital, and the city I was honestly not prepared for. Cochabamba has been named an UNESCO City of Gastronomy, and it is hands down the food capital of the entire country. In this video, I'm going to take you through everything I ate, from a street breakfast that costs less than $1 to the typical dishes of the place that look insane. I'm going to show you some places where locals eat and give you a real look at what this city is like for a solo traveler on a budget. Welcome everyone, I'm Val, a Colombian traveling the world, and let's eat our way through Cochabamba. So in Cochabamba, breakfast is sacred and it revolves around one thing, salteñas. Now, if you're going to think this is just an empanada, no, wait, stop. Salteñas are their own thing. The dough is slightly sweet, slightly golden, and inside there is this juicy, almost soupy feeling of beef or chicken broth with potatoes, olives, and a hard-boiled egg. The trick is eating it without spilling. The locals usually use a spoon to eat it from the inside out, or take a small bite to make a hole in the salteña and then sip the broth before they eat the rest. I had mine at a place around the center for about 9 Bolivianos. That's actually less than $1, which is unbelievable for an entire breakfast. You can conveniently find a place near your accommodation just by typing salteña in Google Maps. There are a bunch of places in the city. So another non-negotiable for breakfast is api con pastel. Api is a thick, warm drink made from corn, sometimes yellow, sometimes purple, and sometimes both. It's sweet and spiced and it feels like a hug in a cup. It is actually a comfort drink with a slightly fermented taste without it being completely fermented. This one was actually one of my favorites in the entire city. The pastel is a fried dough sprinkled with powdered sugar sometimes that you can dip inside the api. Usually it comes with cheese inside. Once you try this, you will understand why Bolivians have been eating it for centuries. In the place I went to, actually, pastel was in 2 sizes. I decided to take the small one, but even the small one is big. By that point, I had already learned my lesson about portions in Bolivia, so that's why I went for the small one. That one was 9 Bolivianos for the combo of api and pastel. The big one was 12 Bolivianos. So in the city, the best places to go for breakfast are usually La Cancha Market or any street vendor around Plaza of Septembre 14. Now, after breakfast, let's go and check what this city has to offer. So I know this video is mostly about food, but let me show you a little bit about Cochabamba because actually this city is pretty great. And it has some amazing places to offer. So my first stop is the Septembre 14 Square. It is located in the center of the city and it is the heart of it. It has gorgeous colonial architecture, pigeons everywhere just like many other squares in South American cities, and locals just hanging out. Great for people watching with a coffee. After that, I went to San Pedro Hill. The Cristo de la Concordia up on San Pedro Hill is actually the tallest Christ statue in the world. Taller than the one in Rio actually. You can take a cable car up or an Uber and drive up there. There is a small cafe and the views of the city are stunning. You can try going at sunrise or sunset to have a better light. And finally, after coming down from Cristo de la Concordia, I took a walk around the city center, which is very pretty. Okay, now for lunch. This is where Cochabamba actually gets serious. The dish you cannot go absolutely without trying is a Pique Macho. Yes, the one from the beginning. Chunks of beef and sausage, French fries, boiled eggs, peppers, all piled up on one plate. It's designed to be shared between 2 people, but locals will absolutely challenge you to finish it all alone. Don't do it. I'm speaking from experience. Mine cost around 99 Bolivians, but it's because of the place I went to. This dish is usually much cheaper in other local places. I tried mine at Casa de Campo, which is one popular restaurant here in Bolivia that has the dish with a modern take-up. It is a little pricey, so if you want something more affordable and a little more authentic, I will suggest you take it at either La Cancha Market or the traditional restaurants in the center of the city. The other lunch classic is Silpancho. It's a thin breaded beef cutlet, kind of like a schnitzel, served on a bed of rice and potatoes, with a fried egg on top and fresh pico de gallo. It sounds simple, it is enormous as well. Where to go for lunch? You can either go to the market stalls in Calle of May 25th as well, around La Cancha Market. Sit where the locals sit is the best value and the most authentic one. Like me, you can go to Casa de Campo. The portions are family size. And finally, el Palacio del Silpancho. Exactly what it sounds like. A palace dedicated to this dish. So I'll have to dedicate an entire section to La Cancha Market because it's one of the wildest markets I've ever been since I started traveling. And that includes the markets I've visited in Thailand and other places of Southeast Asia. This is the largest open-air market in South America. It is very different from other markets you may have seen, including markets in Southeast Asia. It never closes. You can buy almost anything in here, from potatoes to textiles to technology, live chickens, phone cases, even wedding dresses, and a bowl of hot soup, all within 50 meters of each other. You can find a lot of local produce in here. For example, Bolivia has over 200 varieties of potatoes, and you can find dozens of them here. There are also exotic fruits, local cheese, and every traditional snack you can imagine. One tip the locals told me is to be careful with my stuff. So don't flash fancy things in the middle of the market, and always keep your bag at the front where you can see it. We wouldn't be talking about Bolivia's traditional food without mentioning coca leaves tea. In the afternoon, I came to Mama Tina coffee shop for dessert and to try the traditional coca leaves tea. I had an amazing lemon pie, and the coca leaves tea was an infusion, but that had all the flavor. It has a very particular taste that might not be for everybody, but I personally enjoy it a lot. You can find this in any coffee shop in the city, and it will be around 10 Bolivianos depending on the coffee shop. Now look, I'm mostly a budget traveler, but from time to time I also like to treat myself. And the good thing about Cochabamba is that treating yourself, it is also very cheap. So for dinner, we're going for a place rather than a food. So, if you're like me and you just want a cozy evening with good pasta, La Cantonata has been making fresh homemade gnocchi since 1988. It's candlelit, calm, and a total relief after a day of sensory overload at La Cancha Market. The restaurant inside may look a little fancy, so if you want to go with elegant or more decent clothes, you can do it. I didn't need reservation when I went, but check how full the restaurant is because you might. Honestly, Cochabamba is the perfect place if you want to try authentic Bolivian food in all of its versions, fancy ones, market ones, all of it. I know that it's not a city commonly heard of, but it's definitely worth it to visit if you are ever visiting Bolivia. Regarding the safety part, you just need to have the usual precautions you will have in any South American country. I already explained the extra carefulness you need to have when you go to La Cancha Market, but aside from that, it's pretty safe. So I would definitely recommend you add it to your itinerary. And more importantly, I definitely recommend you try all the dishes in this video and more. So I hope this video was useful to you. If you like the video, don't forget to give me a thumbs up and subscribe so YouTube keeps helping us grow. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I will see you all on the next trip.